This is JB Byer with Coastal Mitigation Partners with Chapter 4, Part 2, Breaking the Modification Code, Making Financial Adjustments to the Budget. In this scenario, here's where we're at. The client is looking to do a refinance with their mortgage person, and this is roughly what the loan officer is calculating. He's running into an issue of a 98% loan to value. That means the property is worth 280, but he owes 275. So that's going to fall out of some of his guidelines, and he's looking at the HARP program, Home Affordability Refi program, to see if he can make that work. Now, looking at his housing situation, he's at a 38% front end ratio and 53% back end ratio. I'll explain what that means. He's looking at the gross income of 5,500, and he's got a mortgage payment of 1783, and the property taxes are 40 plus 275. So the mortgage payment on that is actually $2,098 divided by 5,500 is 38. So that's where I'm coming up with that. So he's struggling with trying to get this to fit into his normal underwriting guidelines and even the HARP guidelines. So on a modification, here's really the difference is what's going out every month on the monthly utilities. You've got electricity, gas, water, phone, cable, internet, car insurance, daycare, prescription drugs, all of those things. So from a macro point of view, they're looking at $5,052 going out every month when the gross is 55, so they're negative 1,252 a month. If that person loses their job or gets their hours cut back, these people are going to be in trouble. So under the HAMP program, Home Affordability Modification Program, let's say that the loan officer declines it or he can't get the HARP program done, there's still another option, and that's doing the modification. And so what they're looking to do is to target a 31% debt ratio. So when I calculate that all out, that looks like this. $1,393 for the payment. The property taxes and the fire insurance are going to be inclusive. So the new payment would be $1,708, a $390 a month savings. So that's making their monthly cash flow a little bit better. They're still negative 862. So here's where it comes into play of making the adjustments. Maybe make some adjustments to charities, lower the food bill, get rid of the internet, and you're looking better and better as you're starting to trim this utility bills every month. So the true problem really is the utility bills, $21.54 a month that are going out, not necessarily the ratios. Under this new 31% target, I used the 4.5% rate over a 30-year term. It's a 31% ratio and a 46%. That's a good underwritten loan, but it's still the monthly utilities that are hurting these people until they get back to a positive cash flow. The other issue is looking at the negative equity piece of it, where that's where the pro report would come in handy of now you know what a good value would be, both on the low end and the high end. So you would know your negative equity position, and then you would look at your cash flow. And that's a little bit more about making financial adjustments on your budget before you go meet with your HUD counselor. And I would look at the bigger picture of things and decide if the modification is actually for you. Let's move on to Chapter 5.